Yo guys, what's up? It's Keyshawn Chia, and today we're going to do another new alternate universe what if. Now, I believe two YouTubers did this in their own way, but I want to make this. This is going to be an 18 only series. Like I said, I'm going to make 18 only series, and I'm going to make non 18 only series. This is going to be another one, a new one, and this is going to be spicy, very spicy. And this is going to be what if Deku had the powers of a main hentai protagonist, or should I say, the main hentai character. Now, how this going to happen? How's this going to happen? Well, first, everything's going to be the same. All Might's going to be a guy. Everything's going to be the same. Well, actually, quite different changes. Uh, Baku's a female. Baku's a female. Some of the characters, Todoroki, female. Mineta, female. So all the characters that was male, female. All Might, it's a male. He's a male, alright? But the rest of the class of 1A, going to be, some are going to be females, and some are going to be males, alright? Now, when I say he is she, you're going to know who's a female and non-female, alright? I mean, a female and non-female. Now, how would Deku be a main hentai protagonist? Well, there's three different ways. Basically, the main, how can I say? So there's three different types of main hentai protagonists, and I will explain you to the all three types. We're gonna start with the first one. The first one is basically he doesn't have, he has eyes and stuff and all that, but when you do certain parts, let's say the hentai butterfly effect. I'm just gonna do that. The hentai butterfly effect. Would you actually, let's say a girl, y'all childhood friends, right? That, and you actually bump in to actually touch her boob, and you're grabbing it and all that, and she does the moon and stuff, and then that's basically a hentai butterfly. Shit happens, and then you continue, and then you end up in the bed. Basically, that's one of the encounters, the hentai butterfly effect. That's one. Now, the second one is basically the OP hentai main protagonist here, where he's OP, and shit gets spicy, and then and then it goes crazy. Now, the third one is basically, it's quite difficult. Now, how that happens is basically the people who looks at him, they just feel this reaction or and all that, and they do the squirt and all that, and they say, I don't know why I feel this hotness in the bottom of my pants. That's the second one. Now, we're gonna merge the OP one and the third one together, right? And we're going to make Deku look a little different, and we're gonna, give him that aura, that aura of, if a girl see him, they squirt, or and he's very attractive, right? So how are we going to make him attractive? How are we going to make him have the girls go squirt? Well, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna achieve it in my own way. Now, Deku's born. Oh, and I should and he does have a quirk. No, he doesn't have a quirk. He doesn't have a quirk with this. But I'm going to do something else different. So just hear me out. I'm going to do something else different. All right. Deku's born, and he's basically as an infant. But this is different. When he's born, this is where everything is different. Like, when he's birthed, he's born as a baby. Now, his hair, his hair is short and all that, and Inko comes in, but his hair is much different. It's unique, it's a unique cord, unique hair color, I gotta say pinkness. It was it's like a pinkness hair, kind of like blossom hair. It was that color, and he's born, and Inko says, why is his hair like that? Your doctor says maybe his quirk is manifestation is all that. No, it's something else. It's something else and spicy. Now, Deku's born, and he grows up, and we start at the age of 5 when he's at kindergarten, and he's basically with his blossom hair, and his hair is a little bit longer, like much longer. Uh, and he loves to do painting. Now he paints and stuff and all that, and his paintings come to life. We're gonna kind of give him a little bit of a painting quirk, but it's not as a quirk. It's kind of like as a family ancestor. So it's not really a quirk. It's just their family tree ancestors had ability to paint and make things come to life. Kind of like Tokyo, like his history like that. So it's not a quirk. It's really like a unique painting style where he can create things and make things come to life. Kind of like from Naruto. What's his name? Edon. Hedon or something. Edon. Well, that basically him. His like it doesn't require chocolate or anything. He just paints things and things come to life. And he paints things for like students and stuff. And he can paint like, but here's the thing. Deku has a kind of different personality. When he was a baby, he kind of at the age of 3, like something fell on him, but it didn't kill him. It just knocked him out. But it also separated his brain thing. So he has two personalities, kind of like this. Like one is not like one is like like normal, stable, all friendly, all that stuff, and would never like touch soul and all that. The other one is like, hey, I want some sex, I want some pussy. Like, let me stop. But yeah, it's basically like that, and it does whatever it wants. It doesn't give a fuck. It's kind of like it's not a villain, but it's like I still want to be a hero, but I do whatever the fuck I want and what I want. Kind of like whatever. Like kind of all the badass heroes that do what they want and shit. It's like that. That's the other side of Deku. But the other side of Deku is like do the rules, do kind of the rules, but like friendly and all that stuff. Now, uh, we'll continue at the age of 5. You sorry. People think like, oh, that's his quirk and stuff, and that they think he manifests his quirk, but no, that's not his quirk. That's just like a family trait that he got. Um, Deku, paid stuff, and this is where Bakugo comes in, and well, female Bakugo, yeah, female Bakugo. She comes in, doing her explosion quirks and stuff, and Deku has that aura and stuff. Now, uh, and, they're childhood friends, and she looks at him, saying, "Look, I got my quirk." And, everybody else started getting their quirks, and Deku already has his quirk, saying, "Oh wow, that's amazing and stuff." And, she's basically laughing and stuff, and like blushing and looking at him, and she doesn't know why she like feels that thing, and the blush and all that stuff. The bullshit like Deku radius is like up to 100 goddamn meters. So teachers adore him. Like they don't know why they adore him, but they adore him. Like some of the teachers, their panties start falling off. No, I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm really not because this is an 18 only, and they start getting their pants wet and stuff, and they start gushing and all that. And some of the girls, in grade 5th, is just like like in kindergarten, gush, and the doctors they go and see, and then they start saying like, what the hell? Like they start saying, ain't they like hormones haven't kicked in yet? And they're confused. They're trying to figure out who the hell is it, and and, I think I'm gonna do like one time Deku, like a girl have touched Deku and she instantly, her heart, she turned to heart eyes, and not heart eyes. No, she gets the little heart eyes, and she kisses Deku. Now this is where Bakugo pushes her, but decides to say, what the hell? Don't do that. And, Deku, personality switching, and he starts saying, "Wow, I didn't know you was that determined." Like and the kids at first he said, "Wow, I didn't know you was that determined." To push her. He goes in and then brings Bakugo and about to go for a kiss until like his personality switches out, and he's trying to figure out what the hell just happened, and he basically just starts saying, "Why did she kiss me?" All that. Bakugo is confused as that too, but also blushing And we'll just continue on in high school. Yeah, high school. So we're not gonna do the start of anime yet. So Deku hair gets much longer, but it's still blossom hair. Now, this is where his eyes cover up because, like, it's a like he affects females around him more, and I ain't gonna lie, he affects some males because like some males be gay for Deku because, like I said, this is a 18 only, so we ain't gonna leave no males out of this, all right? It affects everybody. His like it affects everywhere. It affects guys and girls, right? So like boys be around and they don't know what's going on, and like the girls they definitely like, and the boys they just like want to be more closer to Deku, you know. So that's why Deku has so much friends and stuff, and he paints stuff and all that. But I'm gonna say one time Deku gets captured. Uh, he gets captured by some villains. Now the villains, you know, holding him hostage and stuff and all that. And this is where the Yakuza captures Deku. Now this is where they experiment on him, and Deku he gets they had a serum for immortality, and they basically think Deku is the perfect candidate because you know, and they basically injected him, and they basically make him immortal. They test out by giving him a slash on his chest. Now Deku, he like his other personality kicks in, and you know it starts laughing, saying, "Y'all fools really like slash me and stuff." And you know he's like, and oh, I forgot to tell you, Deku, he's black in this. He's going to be a black hentai male protagonist. Yes, I'm gonna make him black. I never made Deku black in other what ifs, but I'm gonna make some characters black. You know. Now this is where you know Deku's black. You know he gets a slash on his chest, and you know his other personality comes in and you know start talking all shit and all that. Because I'm gonna say Inko, Inko is you know Japanese, and you know Deku's dad is like 100% black, and you know his dad has the heretics of painting because his father was Japanese, and the hair it's just you can I'll just tell you later. But basically, you know, Deku's getting experimented on, and you know, you think Deku would go crazy? No. Oh, sorry. Uh, he basically, you know, talking shit and all that, saying, "When I get here, I'm gonna kill y'all, kill your Yakuzas and all that shit." Now the Yakuza give him like immortality, and they give him a quirk. Now the quirk is not like all for one. We're not gonna make him broken or none of that. They give him a quirk where that it enhances intelligence. Enhances intelligence. Well, no, basically make him intelligent, like smarter than like all the scientists in the world. Like pretty much like make him like Tony Stark intelligent. And you know they eject him with that, and they also give him a quirk. Now Deku didn't have a quirk. Now they give him a quirk, and this quirk is basically a quirk that can make things come to reality. So Deku can like bring things into reality, or he can like erase things from reality. Kind of like think of the Infinity Gauntlet. So basically, he can like bring things to reality, take things out of reality. He can make someone exist, or you know, be a part of someone's family. He could do all that stuff, you know. And you know, the Yakuza think it was just a quirk thing, you know, make weapons and all that, and they was about to brainwash him until you know Deku, you know, started when the Yakuza had to check on something, seeing if the heroes was coming or anything at the secret hideout. Until Deku, you know, figure out that the quirk they gave him was something more dangerous, and you know his personality is at the other side of Deku, and you know he breaks free. He's like saying, "Now I'm about to kill all of them," and Deku murders all of them. He murders all of them. Now, now Deku personality switches out, and you know he started crying, and you know he started just finding covers and start heading out. Now, this is where he goes back home, and Inko cries and asks for where he and stuff, saying he was gone for like about a week because about a week So, and he basically don't basically just tell her that he was like something happened and he got an accident, but he doesn't want to tell her the whole thing because he doesn't want to go to the hospital or anything. Now we start with the start of the anime. Uh, oh shit! Wait, take that back. Also, Bakugo comes over. Female Bakugo comes over and cries and hugs uh Deku and asks if he's alright. He basically hugs her back, and she basically grows his hearts and all that and saying and feeling warm in the bottom and asking what is this feeling, and he goes in and she leans in for a kiss, which Bakugo, which Deku pushes her away and says like whoa, and all that, and she says sorry, walks away, like runs away, which which Deku other side switch in and says maybe this might be, maybe this power, maybe this enhancement might be special after all. Now, we start with the start of the anime. Now, for a couple, days at school, girls have been falling off him, boys been trying to get close to him and, get to know him better because, all that, all that homo shit. I mean, all that stuff. Now, this is where, Deku, he doesn't, he have his eyes showing. And his eyes is unique because his eyes is like kind of like, well, his hair is like the road, like the what color did I say again? It was like the blossom trees. It's like blossom color. So, and his eyes is blossom. So basically, and the Yakuza, I should have told you, the Yakuza gave him an enshrinkment perk, so like a quirk, like enshrinkment, so enhancement, so basically his quirk, so he has an enhancement, so his strength is like that strong as All Might, so, and he has like muscles and abs, so we start with the start anime. We do this, yeah, basically, so the I left all that out, but I brought that in, so we start with the start of the anime. Deku with his long hair. And he has piercings. And he has cross piercings, and they're gold. And he has them. No, they're black, and he has them both at the side. So he's a little bit emo because I say for a couple like things, his personality and the other personality merge in together. So it's all as one. So basically, like he has like cross, and his nails are black, but like his hair is like posing and stuff, and he's basically doing work and stuff, and he's like the smartest person in class. Like he's smarter than the whole school. Like if he's so smart that he can really go to college at his age and all that. Now Deku's basically just not doing work in class because he already did the work ahead, asked all the teachers, give him all the work, and he did all the work and stuff. So the teachers, they don't regularly tell him that like don't sleep in class or none of that because he did it all ahead and stuff. He's like 10 times smarter than all of them. And the teacher's been off asking him like, oh, like you gonna go to college? Like I like because I already like I can like help you. I know a guy who can like really get you in college right now. And Deku's saying, nah, I'm good and all that. And, the teachers really, including the female teachers, like since like Deku is the main hentai main protagonist, he basically has that power to like get what he if he wanted to. No, we start with Deku just chilling in class, and the teacher comes in, and when she sees Deku, she basically like blushes and says, I know all y'all want to be heroes, and throws the paper up, and all that. Deku's basically just just sleep, like chilling, sleeping, and all that. Why why Bakugo is like being like she's basically showing off, saying that she's a goddess with her goddamn quirk. Deku, he doesn't really like care, but like she's doing all that stuff to get his attention. So he basically don't care and all that, just trying to relax and stuff. And he doesn't want to like it at this point. He doesn't want to be a hero. So when people is like when like Deku basically he basically like creates not creates well basically brings something to thing, and he brings like sleeping like things. He brought a pillow and sleeping thing, and he basically sleeping on his desk with his like shader to cover up his eyes and stuff. And the teacher is basically saying throwing the paper up and all that, and he has the earbuds basically sleeping. Well, basically he's basically sleeping, and the teacher she says, oh, there's only one person who's wanting to go to the UA high school. Everybody's like saying, of course, it's Bakugo, but like they're confused, saying, why is he not going? Like, he's smart. He can pretty much get in there, and he has a good quirk. He has like two good quirks that's merged in together, and he's pretty much a top of the lead of every like athlete and everything. Now, this is where Deku, like Deku basically, can like feel everybody's like staring down, trying to see why he's not going to the UA. Deku, lifts up, and open up his thing and says, "I'm not going." He says, "I'm not going. Believe it or not, I just don't want to be a hero or none of that. I just want to relax and all that." And I don't know, maybe just go fishing for a couple of weeks and stuff. And he just leaves. He basically hops out the window and basically lands on the ground. Well, he basically summoned a like a Hades dog. Yeah, a Hades dog, a painting of a Hades dog. And I should tell you, his like art, his ink, well, his art thing is like unique because his thing doesn't like. If you throw an explosion at the painting, it won't like melt or anything, or it would take a little damage, but it won't like the color won't disappear or anything, or it won't go off. So basically, he start going, hopping on his Hades, no, on his horse. Yeah, his horse, and start walking, and like riding on his horse and start going. You know, the kids are saying he could have been a great hero. Oh well, Bakugo's she's pretty pissed, saying, why is that bastard not going? And all that. Now this is where Deku is in the tunnel, and we're gonna say the female sludge monster, and she basically hops on him, and no, it's not a female sludge monster, it's a male sludge monster, but basically he hops on Deku, and he gets that overwhelming sense, and as he's like touching Deku all around and stuff, he basically bust a nut. I'm sorry. I gotta keep professional. He busts a nut, and he basically hops off Deku and saying, and basically like does a moan, and he says, "What did you do?" And Deku basically smirks and says, "I didn't do anything. It's just what you wanted to do." And he basically started walking past the sludge monster while the sludge monster is getting like the sensation, just nutting. And this is where All Might comes in and says, "I am here." And Deku looks at All Might saying, "Oh hey, yo All Might." And All Might looks at Deku and says, "Hey, what is that? The sludge monster?" And the sludge monster is basically still nutting and passing out. Why? Deku says, "Yeah, but he's pretty much capacitated. You can catch him now." And uh. All Might, gets, grabs the sludge monster. And All Might asks, "Did you do this?" And Deku says, "Yeah, I did it." And All Might says, "Wow, that's great." He asks, Deku what's his name. And Deku says, Masuke Midoriya. And sorry, Mizuki Midoriya and all that, and I should tell you, Deku has a tattoo, but his tattoo is that of two dragons. One is gold and one is black, and they're like intertwined. So basically, he's basically walking away and stuff, and he also has a Sagittarius tattoo on his arm. But because I'm gonna say he's a Sagittarius because hey, he was born on a different date. But he's a Sagittarius, and he can summon a bow of that Sagittarius of his tattoo, and he can summon two dragons that fire two different, like black fire and like golden fire. But yeah, I should have told you that. But basically, he started walking, with his book, but it's like, with his book walking and with his book bag, and all my, trying to see, maybe he can be the perfect candidate for the All For One, you know, uh, All Might started jumping, and we start saying, All Might kind of, bucked up and dropped the thing, and this is where Bakugo gets trapped by the Sludge Monster. And since it's at 18, we're gonna say the Sludge Monster is kind of, following Bakugo while Bakugo's trying to escape. So have fun with that. Let me stop. But basically, Deku, hears Bakugo, screaming for help, and Deku sees the Sludge Monster. He's like, and he started walking to it, and the Sludge Monster sees Deku, and the Sludge Monster saying, "Get the hell away from me, you kid!" And Deku saying, "Well, you have that girl, and she's my childhood friend, and you need to pretty much let her go." And the Sludge Monster saying, "All right, I'll let her go if you just don't hurt me." Now, this is where Deku says, "All right," and he's backing away, getting off her, and she started running and hugging, Deku, and saying, crying and all that. Well, basically a little bit crying, and getting mad, and about to like explode the Sludge Monster until like Deku says, "I got this," and he basically snaps his finger, opening up a black hole and sucking the Sludge inside, but no one else. He only made it for the Sludge because he made a squirt around it, and the Sludge gets sucked in the black hole, and it disappears. Now, everybody's saying, "Wow, you're like, wow, that's actually a pro." And they're actually thinking he's a hero. Like, they're actually saying, giving him autographs, basically saying, "You should join my thing," and all that. Now, All Might sees this, and, All Might's like saying, "This is the perfect, candidate to have off one." And, Deku basically says, "All right, I'll be going now." And, he has a katana, and he merged it in with his, Korean thing. And this katana can slice through dimensions, and it can basically, take you to places. So, he goes and he goes home. And Bucko's trying to thank him, but he basically just goes home. Now we start with him, basically just chilling at home and all that, and basically read his book while his mom, cooking. Sorry. While his mom is basically cooking him some food, and she says, Deku, dear, your food is done." And he gets up and he closes his book and he's like, "All right," he goes down and starts eating. Now, this is where like All Might knocks on the door, and he says, "I'm here." Inko basically says, "Oh hey," like, "Oh hey," and you don't say, "Oh my God, it's All Might," and Deku looks at it and says, "Oh hey, All Might, hello again," and they basically start talking, and he eats with them and all that stuff, and Deku is just basically chilling. Now All Might asks to talk with him privately. Deku says, "All right." Now All Might is basically offering him like the quirk offering and all that. Now this is where Deku basically says no, and he basically taps All Might chest because he basically heals All Might, and All Might saying, "What did you do?" He Deku says, "I healed your wound, so you can just still be the number one hero." And All Might looks up, and the wound is gone, and he's at his prime. And All Might is crying a little, saying thank you and stuff. And Deku says, "Yeah, you're welcome. No, I'm not gonna be a hero. I'm just gonna be relaxing now." And All Might says, "How about I challenge you?" And he says, "If I beat you, you know, you take my quirk and you be like the next hero, like number one hero." Deku's basically saying, "All right, sure." Now they have their fight and stuff, and now Deku, he's not trying. He's basically dodging All Might attacks and stuff. Until All Might do something, a maneuver, and outbalance Deku, and he goes for a punch which Deku gets hit by, and he basically lands. And he's like, damn it. And All Might, laughs saying I win. And, you know, All Might looks at Deku and see if he's alright, but he realized Deku's ripped, so he says, alright, will you accept? And, Deku says, alright, whatever. I don't care. And, All Might, take out one of his there, and, he says, you have to eat. Now, this is where Deku, says, fuck. And he just eats it. Now, Deku has All Might. Now, All Might says meet him at the beach so they can do some training, just in case to get some more training in. Deku says alright. So they're at the beach, start training and stuff, and I'm gonna say Deku has some secret admirers that follows him, including boys too. And they see him, taking off his shirt and and he basically wearing shorts, and they see him rip with a scar on the chest and a dragon tattoo, and the Sagittarius by his side of his arm tattoo. And the boys are pretty much, fantasizing him and blushing and also nutting themselves. Half of them are nutting themselves or like passing out. Well, no, half of them are fantasizing them being with him, and then also the girls, they're also like getting wet and and all that shit, and also like fantasizing being with him, and they're always like looking at him work out and stuff, and doing all the heavy lifting and all that, and they see All Might and but they don't see him like debuff or anything because like I said, that was a counter to that. So because I knew people was about to follow Deku, but basically All Might's basically training Deku and all that, and they say wow, it's All Might training Deku, and they finally see like Deku's done with the beach and all that in pretty much one day because he has that stamina and all that. Now All Might is like saying wow, and he says all right, let's see what you got now. Deku, he's intelligent. He says, they're fighting. And now, All Might and Deku, training and stuff. And, Deku's using All for One and stuff. And, Deku, uses the short mash, but it doesn't hurt his hand. He used one on his finger and it shatters it. But he has, like, that regeneration. I should have told you, Yakuza gives him immortality and generation. So, whatever he breaks, it heals back instantly. So, All Might is like thinking, how come you can't use your quirk and thing at the same time? Deku's thinking like, huh? And he does it, and he forms like the full count, 100%. And he could use 100% All for One, but I'm just gonna like let him use like 10%, like it not 100% because like I said, he's gonna be OP. I said I wanted to add OP / number 3 together, so basically he's basically training and stuff and all that. And he uses his quirk. So now he can use basically his quirk to really, how can I say, like All for One basically upgrades all your like things you have. So Deku pretty much is like 10 times 100%, like 100 times stronger, 100 times intelligent, and his mortality basically it's instant. So if his heart get punched out, his heart like he could just regrow back a new heart much quicker. Now Deku creation things like can bring in worlds and stuff. He basically thinks about it. And he basically forms like two guns. He forms two guns with paintballs, but they have like the ultra like electric around it, and he fires at All Might, and All Might gets hit by them, and it's hitting him, and he's like ow ow. God damn it, kid! He's like, stop it, kid! Deku start laughing and stuff, and thinking about all the possibilities. He gets a hammer, and he starts trying to slam down at All Might, which All Might, block it, like destroys the hammer, and comes at Deku. After the done training, Deku, says thank you, and All Might says, "Are you going to be at the UA? Interested in him?" And he says, "Yeah." Now Deku goes home and he start heading to the entrance exam. Now, like I said, girls and boys are looking at him. They are fascinated by him. They they feel they feel that type of way. They want to like, you know, love him and have his babies and all that shit, or like want to be with him. Is that like that? But Deku, is just keep it calm and all that. And he's basically walking. He's basically walking and all that. And he's basically chilling. He sits. He's about to. Oh, god damn! Sorry. He basically walking. He tripped. Now this is where he's about to catch himself because he kind of like before he went to thing he kind of like researched how to do like UFC fighting like all fighting styles, and he kind of matched them up like Bruce Lee, so kind of like that. So he's about to catch himself until Uraraka comes in and it basically saves him, and Deku, unpops the thing, breaks it. He basically, lands and and she says, "Oh, sorry, but I saw you about to fall." Deku, holds her hand and basically says, "Oh, it's okay. You actually saved me. I'm actually quite surprised." And, she started blushing and, feeling that tingle feeling down in her middle of her pants. But, and and plus Deku's touching her, so she's definitely, got the heart shape on him, and Deku says, "Oh, I gotta go." And she says, "Oh wait, let me." And she's trying to get his name, but Deku already started going. Now, this is where Deku takes a seat, and Bakugo comes in and basically, sits next to her, childhood fan. And, she's basically saying hi and stuff and all that while blushing. Deku sees her and smiles and says, "Hey," and she says, "So you want to become a hero too?" Deku says, "Yeah, I don't have a choice." And she said, "What that mean?" He laughs and says, "Oh, it's nothing." Ugh, crap. God damn, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. It's just I stayed up all late, like at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I played at night and all the way at 3 o'clock. So I'm like not tired, but like yawning too damn much. But let's continue. So basically, she's basically, asking him that he has a girlfriend, or like Bakugo's basically asking that, she's asking like, does he have a girlfriend or anything? Deku's, looking at her with that look, and he says, "At all the classes I have always been with you, or always hanged out with you, have you ever seen me text or call any girl?" And she, started, laughing and saying, "Yeah, that's a stupid question," and all that. And she's like twirling her fingers and stuff, and he's basically saying, "Listen, do you have feelings for me or something?" And she's saying, "No, like I have something feelings for you, you nerd." And she basically, walks, and she basically, be quiet and just like focus while they doing that. Now this is where I forgot his name with the engines, but he's a she. No, he's a he. And he basically, trying to tell him to be quiet, but this is where Deku basically pulls out a silencer gun and points at him and says, and basically says, "No, you shut up." And he basically, shuts the fuck up. And they continue. Now all the things Deku passes all of them with ease. Now we start with the porno robots. Now he explains everything of how to get points and all that, and everybody's not focusing because they're all looking at Deku. Like they're all looking at him. Like they're all fantasizing him. Like want to ask him out and stuff, including the boys. They want to ask him out too. Like they're trying to see if he's like they're trying to know him because his aura and all that shit. Now he says, "Are y'all mark your set go?" Now Deku start going, and they're all confused and say, "Oh yeah," and they start going and doing the robots. Now everybody's trying their best because they know he's in it, and now everybody wants to try to pass and trying to be in Deku's class, or like at least lower to try to see him and stuff. Now Deku start training and all that, and and I should tell you, like, some of the people at Deku school like did the thing too, so they want to become like they also want to become hero, but they also want to like just see Deku and hop on his dick. But let's just skip that. Deku, basically, painting, summon like painting like monsters and stuff. Do his bidding to like destroy robots and stuff. And Deku's like pulling out a sniper rifle, like summon a sniper rifle. No, a katana and a pistol, and he's slashing, shooting things at the same time. The teachers thinks, oh, that's his quirk thing. He can summon weapons and stuff, and also, but this is where Deku is basically, it's like he's getting tired, so he basically, paints like a floating carpet, and he basically hops on it, and he just starts laying down, and he just starts sleeping, and while everything else is destroying the bots, and he's getting points. Now, all my saying, that goddamn kid, he's not even trying. And this is where Deku is basically sleeping until he hears like a girl screaming. And it's Order-san, and he's basically saying, okay. Now this is where Deku walks very forward, and he says, "Bang!" And he blows up the middle of the robot chest by just pointing at it and saying, "Bang!" Now the teachers are confused and saying, "How did he do that?" He's basically doing it extra more like bang, 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 and he blowing up each parts and stuff. He's like, and he basically blows his hand like, and the robot explodes. Now this is where he rescued the girl, and he basically like kills her. He says, "Are you right?" And she says, and she started blushing and having a hard time saying yeah, and she's like going for a kiss until like Deku puts his finger on her hand on her lips and says and he basically start walking away. She's like saying damn, and he basically goes home. Now let's say a couple weeks pass. Yeah, probably a couple weeks. Naruto gets a letter, and it shows the teacher and saying he reached first place, and All Might is there saying he got first place and beat his old record and all that. Deku saying all right, and, he started heading to getting ready and headed to school. Now this is gonna be part one of what if Deku was the main hentai protagonist. Well, OP/main hentai protagonist. Uh, yeah, this is gonna be part one. It's probably gonna be a part two later on, or today, or tomorrow. Leave a like. Tell me if you want me to do some changes, or to add some things, or to not add things. Just let me know. I'm Keyshawn Ochia. Thanks for watching, and this is going to be a spicy series. Let me stop, but yeah, I'm Keyshawn Ochia. See you later, and bye.